Thank you. I'll go first. I'm Tim Navarre, one of the co-chairs. I'm going to go over the results of the two sessions. There were some anomalies with them. First thing is, when the first stakeholders group met on Department of Commerce and Community and Economic Development, they had 4 critical areas out of the 9, and the second session had 4 critical areas out of the 9, but only 2 of those matched. So there were 6 critical areas. When you dealt with whether it's too little, just about right, or too much, the second group said everything right down the line, 100%, just right. The first group had 6 that were about right, 1 that was too much, and 2 that was too little. So there is some information that did come out of our process, even though people were kind of frustrated at times with the process. But as you do the next session with 3 in the walk around, come look at some of those anomalies that we did. Now on Department of Transportation and Public Facilities, again, the first group found 3 critical areas out of the 6. The second group had all 6 critical. And for the most part, we all thought funding in both those areas were just about right. There was 1 low, 1 high out of both groups. So that's something to keep in mind. And before I turn it over to Jim, I just want to make the comment. I know we were frustrated in that, but keep in mind that, you know, if we don't get this right this time and work all together and find the solution, the next generation will only have red dots to play with. They won't have the green and yellow. So thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Interesting listening to Robin Brenner and recognizing the little I know Robin, recognizing how hard it is to constrain him. Our groups felt very constrained, both of them actually, and kind of you know, the comments that filtered through the group and were written up on in our parking lot. I'm frustrated over the process. Thought there was going to be a more in-depth discussion, and not a conversation. Difficult to have ownership in the information that was produced. So, we're dealing with, obviously, a very, very significant issue. Tim's absolutely right. You know, our children, our grandchildren only have red dots if we don't get this right. How do we engage in a meaningful discussion about reducing the cost of our state operation and finding new revenue sources? We're not, Tim and I are pretty adamant that we're not criticizing the process, but the people that we talked to, no matter how we tried to explain to them, felt like that they had come for 3 days to deal with this process and weren't turned loose yet. They want to engage in this. They want to be turned loose, and they haven't found that avenue. Now maybe that's coming. I don't know. I was supposed to show up for some training yesterday. I'm a hard guy to train anyway, and I didn't show up. So anyway, this is a process we got to get right. I think this group, particularly the 2 people, that 2 groups that we met with, are committed to being part of it. We're willing to put in the time. We're willing to put in the work. Turn us loose. Thank you.